Hey guys, and welcome back to my next video on the University of Glasgow YouTube site. Today I'm going to talk about a slightly more serious topic than I usually would, and that's going to be ways to deal with difficult situations whilst at university, or maybe things that you should do during difficult situations whilst you're at university. So just to give you some background on this, during my first 3 years at university I never really had any problems, so I never needed to file a good cause claim, I never missed an exam, I never had any sort of external problem that could potentially affect my university performance. And then during my 4th year of university, just before the dissertation hand-in, one of my really close friends died, completely suddenly. I wasn't expecting it. So having my friend die was the first time I feel I'd ever had a actual problem at university. It was the first time that I didn't have control of a situation and I didn't really have the usual control I had over my emotions. So usually when I decided that I felt a particular way, I could sort of decide myself to not feel like that, whereas this was the first time ever that I felt exceptionally sad but had no way to stop myself from being sad because I couldn't do anything about the situation that I was in. So what kind of happened was that I felt like I had this problem, but I wasn't aware of anything really that I could do about it other than just deal with it by myself. So I wasn't really in the mindset to do any sort of work ever. I never really felt like it and I wasn't interested anymore, and usually I was really into doing university work, but this time around just my heart wasn't in it and I just didn't really care anymore. Almost like I didn't have the right to be upset about it because I felt like there were other people who were closer to him who would be more upset than I was. Therefore I personally was not allowed to be upset, and it would be super attention seeking if I was to tell anybody about this problem that I had. What ended up happening was I had a bit of a breakdown in a lecture and I was crying a lot, and a lot of my friends suggested that I should just go home instead of staying at the class. And then eventually my mum said that maybe I should tell the university what was going on in my outside life, which I didn't really want to do. I also had this sort of fear that if I was to contact a member of staff, they would ask me to justify the friendship I had had with my friend, which does sound crazy, but that's just how I felt at the time. So what I ended up doing was I emailed my course coordinator. It was like a really short email, and I just said, hey, just let you know, one of my friends died and I'm maybe not dealing with it as well as I could. I'm not trying to be attention seeking, I'm not expecting you to do anything, I'm just letting you be aware of the situation. And my course coordinator sent me a text asking me if I wanted to meet up the next day and go for a coffee. It was really nice that he did that because he didn't ask me to validate my friendship, he didn't ask me to prove that I was actually friends with him, he didn't say that he didn't believe me, and on top of that he wanted to meet up and discuss with me what my kind of options were. And basically he just said to me that if I was upset or anything like that and I wanted to have an extension on any piece of work, then I could just have one and that would be absolutely fine. It was reassuring to have that there, to know that if I had any sort of problems or if I was really upset and couldn't get a piece of work in on time, that it would be not a problem for them and that I could just have an extension if I wanted. And yeah, I do think it's worth meeting somebody, and I think it can really help to relieve the pressure from university to let you deal with the peripheral things that are happening in your life as well. So I think what I'm trying to say with this video as a whole is, and it's all based on my experience, but basically is that if you do find yourself having a problem whilst you're at university, that it's definitely worth speaking to somebody or speaking to a member of staff. They know that you have a problem, they'll probably be able in some way to either relieve the pressure from you at university or advise you to places where you can go, which for me I did find super beneficial. And even though before I spoke to someone I really didn't want to, I do think in the end it was actually worth doing. Yes, that is all I wanted to say with this video. Thank you for watching it, and I hope that in some way it can maybe help.